Every marathon super shoe, ranked from slowest to fastest. By the end, you'll know which carbon racer is scientifically the fastest shoe money can buy, and which famous shoe is coasting on reputation. But fair warning, number 1 is not the world record shoe, and the actual record shoe is a $500 Ghost. So, how do you rank speed without guessing? Here's the method, because a ranking without data is just an opinion. 3 ingredients. 1. Lab numbers, mainly energy return. How much of every foot strike the foam gives back, measured shoe by shoe. The average super shoe returns about 76%. 2. Independent science, real running economy studies on real runners. 3. Receipts, actual results from the 2026 marathon majors in Tokyo, Boston, and London. Why should you care? Because a 4% economy gain is worth roughly 8 minutes to a 4-hour marathoner. 8 minutes from a shoe. Most people assume the podium is Nike, Nike, Nike. Hold that thought. So which super shoe finishes dead, last in a field where everyone is fast? Number 14. The Brooks Hyperion Elite 5. 201 grams, $275, full carbon plate. It's a perfectly fine racing shoe, and that is exactly its problem. Reviewers keep landing on the same word, dependable. In a category where rivals are chasing 80% energy return, dependable means last place at the fast table. But at least Brooks plays it safe on purpose. What happens when a whole shoe just feels a step behind the leaders? Number 13. The New Balance Super Comp Elite V5. Gorgeous shoe, comfortable upper, and at 213 grams, one of the heaviest racers in this entire lineup. Testers call it Tier B, durable and dependable, but missing that violent snap the top shoes have. New Balance athletes love training in it. Racing in it? The stopwatch says there are faster tools, which brings us to a shoe that fixed almost everything except the scale. Number 12. The HOKA Cielo X1 3.0. The first Cielo was heavy and hot, and this third version genuinely fixed it. Lighter build, breathable upper, and one of the most aggressive rockers in running. Roll your foot forward and the shoe basically throws you into the next step, but it still weighs 213 grams, and that rocker only rewards runners with clean, efficient form. Brilliant for some, exhausting for others. And if you think that shoe is picky, the next one literally deleted half its own heel. How do you even run on that? Number 11. The Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 3, the weirdest geometry in racing shoes. Mizuno basically cut the heel off, so you're forced onto your midfoot, riding a huge curved slab of foam and plate. Midfoot strikers describe it as cheating. Heel strikers describe it as lumpy and awkward, because they land on a part of the shoe that barely exists. That split is exactly why it sits here. A top 5 shoe for one stride, a bottom 5 shoe for another. So, what does it cost to buy your way out of compromises like that? Number 10. The Cloudboom Strike, $330, the most expensive shoe in this ranking, and honestly a lovely one. 180 grams, tall stack of Pebax foam, beautiful build quality. But here's the tell. On's own superstar, Helen Obery, lined up at London 2026 in an unreleased On prototype, not in this. When the athletes with free access to a shoe race something else, the stopwatch has spoken. Still, one underdog brand did let its star race the real thing. And here's where it gets fun. Number 9, the Under Armour Velociti Elite 3. Yes, Under Armour. In April 2026, Sharon Lokedi won the Boston Marathon in this exact shoe, 2 hours 18:51, beating a field stacked with Nike and ASICS super shoes. One win doesn't make it the fastest shoe here. The lab numbers are solid, not spectacular, but it proves something the big three would rather you forget. On the right feet, a $250 underdog beats the hype. Now, what if a shoe shared its DNA with our number 1 at a discount? Number 8, the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 4. Reviewers call this the least talked about racer on the market, which is wild once you see the spec sheet. 170 grams, 40 millimeter stack, $250, and the same nitrogen-infused foam family as a certain shoe waiting at the top of this list. It's the friendly version, less aggressive geometry, more forgiving for midfoot strikers. Remember this one when we reach number 1. But first, the best friend a heel striker ever had. Number 7, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 5. Most super shoes are built for 4-foot runners, which is awkward because most marathoners land on their heels. The Pro 5 is the exception. A proper 8.7 millimeter drop, a stable heel, and in durability testing, it showed 45% less damage than the average racer. Translation: a super shoe that actually fits how normal runners run and survives more than one training block. But Saucony's real weapon is its big brother. How absurd do its lab numbers get? Number 6, the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2. Here's where the ranking stops being polite. In the lab, This foam returned 80.6% of energy at the heel and 82.1% at the forefoot. That's some of the highest bounce ever measured, clearly above the 76% average. Testers call it the most underrated super shoe in the sport. So why isn't it top 3? Because bounce isn't the whole race. It's softer and less stable at the edges than the shoes above it, which raises a fair question. What does a legend do to stay ahead? Number 5, the Nike Vaporfly 4. This is the shoe line that started the entire super shoe era, the one that made 4% a religion back in 2017. Version 4 is the lightest Vaporfly yet, and it's still the most versatile weapon here. 5K to marathon, it just works. Brigid Kosgei won the Tokyo Marathon 2026 in it, 2:14:29. But versatile is not the same as fastest over 42 kilometers. For that, runners keep reaching for bigger machines, which is exactly where Adidas comes in, at the price of a normal trainer. Number 4, the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 4. 200 grams, $250, and lab-tested energy return above 80% at both the heel and the forefoot. Instead of a full plate, it uses carbon energy rods, so the ride feels smooth instead of snappy, and beginners can actually handle it. Here's the kicker. It's the affordable cousin of the shoe that just broke the world record, sharing the same foam chemistry, the people's record shoe. But now, we enter the podium, and the arguments get loud. Number 3, the Nike Alphafly 3. Be honest, you expected this at number 1. Kelvin Kiptum ran 2 hours and 35 seconds in Chicago in this shoe, the fastest marathon in history at that time. RunRepeat still rates it the best pure marathon shoe on sale, and the double air pods under the forefoot feel like nothing else in running. But the lab tells a colder story. 74.9% energy return at the heel, 73.9% at the front. That's below the average super shoe in 2026. The king built the castle. Science says 2 shoes have already moved in. Which 2? Number 2, the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Tokyo, 163 grams. That's 23% lighter than the average super shoe, with energy return still near 79%, which is why RunRepeat crowned it best super shoe overall in 2026. But the receipts are even better. At Boston 2026, John Creer won in 2:01:52, a course record, in a Metaspeed prototype. ASICS shoes filled 7 of the top 10 spots across men and women. The lightest full-stack racer on Earth, proven on the biggest stage. So what could possibly beat it? Number 1, the Puma Fast R Nitro Elite 3, the fastest super shoe you can actually buy. And for once, that's not marketing. The University of Massachusetts put real runners on treadmills in a study led by Wouter Hoogkamer, the same scientist behind Nike's original 4% research. Result, 3.6% better running economy than the Alphafly 3. Nothing had broken the improvement plateau like that since 2016. The lab agrees, 82.6% energy return at the forefoot, the highest ever measured. For a 4-hour marathoner, that's worth around 5 to 7 minutes. Free. Well, $300. But here's the uncomfortable part I promised you at the start. The fastest marathon ever run did not happen in the Puma. London, April 2026. Sebastian Sawe crosses the line in 1:59:30, a world record and the first time a human broke 2 hours in a real, record-eligible race. Same morning, same course, Tigst Assefa breaks the women's world record in 2:15:41, both wearing the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro Evo 3. So why isn't the Evo number 1? Because you can't really buy it. Around $500, Featherlight, built so extreme it's rated for roughly 1 marathon, and produced in tiny numbers that sell out in minutes. The fastest shoe on Earth is essentially a ghost, which leaves the real question: what should you actually race in? So here's the takeaway, and it's simpler than a 14 shoe list suggests. If you want maximum proven speed, the answer is the Puma Fast R3. That's what the science crowned. If you want the safest all-rounder, the Metaspeed Sky Tokyo is the lightest and most forgiving of the elite trio. And if you land on your heels like most marathoners, ignore the podium and look at the Endorphin Pro 5. The fastest foam in the world is useless on a part of the shoe you never touch. Match the tool to your stride, not to the world record. That's the whole secret. The shoe on the podium in London proves what's possible. The shoe on your feet decides your race. So, which one would you race in? Drop your pick in the comments and be honest about whether you're a heel striker. If this ranking saved you from a $300 mistake, subscribe. This channel tells you which shoe is worth your money, not which one has the biggest ad budget. And watch this next. The video where we map exactly which shoe to wear on which training day, because your race shoe is only as good as the legs you build all week.